Today we will install an SKS magazine adapter to allow standard AR-15 magazines to be used in our SKS, regardless of country of origin. To get started, we need to prove the gun safe and tear it down. The first step is to remove the extra material inside of the internal magazine area in the receiver. Here I loosely fit the adapter and shine a light inside. One can see the rounded profile near the chamber area. This needs to be removed and made flush with the geometries visible at the opposite side. I have put the rifle in a vise and installed the prototype tooling block, recessed side down. The front corners may need to be adjusted with a rotary tool or file for fitment. Now I can use a drill with a carbide tool or end mill to remove most material quickly. After you pull out the tooling block, the lower chamber bevel has largely been removed, as you can see here. I will use a rotary tool with carbide burr to clean up the leftover material and blend the geometries. This doesn't need to look perfect, you just need to remove the material. You will know when you've removed enough material when you can look inside of the mag adapter and see no original bevel geometries left. Here we can see that the magazine feed lips match perfectly the original contours at the back. There is no interference at the front of the magazine. The next step is to modify the trigger group, now that the receiver's done. Here we can see an original and a modified trigger group. The legs in the front of the trigger group need to be shortened so that they are not visible from inside the magazine adapter or interfere with the magazine being inserted inside of the gun. You can use the side holes in the tooling block and a drill from the top to remove them, or conversely you could use a rotary tool to do this. The pin is important, so don't compromise it or its location. And leave some material on the legs if you think you'll want to use the original duckbill magazine again. Now that the trigger group is done, we need to fit the adapter to your particular SKS. The front tab will likely need to be shortened and fitted to your specific gun. For troubleshooting, if the magazine does not fit or lock into the adapter will likely need to be positioned more forward towards the muzzle by removing more material from the tab. The tab is made of stainless steel. You can shorten the tab by using a rotary tool, a file, one of the side holes in the tooling block, and a drill or a grinder. The final length of this tab is not super critical, but should be close to the length between the duckbill dump clasp and the duckbill front clip. The tab will ultimately function as a clamping feature when tightening the adapter in place on your gun. We know that the tab is short enough when we can insert and lock a magazine in place with no friction on the rifle. The next step is modifying the bolt. The stock bolt has a flange on the bottom that runs through the stock duckbill magazine. Here I'm changing the bolt for a modified one that has had this flange removed. This will facilitate closed bolt operations with no modifications to the magazine. The bolt is about 50 Rockwell, so carbide or abrasive tools are required to do this. Remove material to blend the contours of the bottom lip area with the center of the bolt in the recess. One side of the bolt has a longer lip. Blend the shorter side to be at least as long as the long side. You will know that you are done when the bolt fits between the lips of a magazine. A note on troubleshooting. If the bolt carrier jams when slamming closed with a magazine installed in the adapter, you likely need to remove more material from the bottom of the bolt. Remember, the bolt face extends past the front of the magazine when it's seated in the chamber. You can now put your gun back together without the stock and install the adapter. You should be able to insert a magazine into the adapter with no friction, and the gun should cycle a cartridge or a snap cap perfectly. If the bolt catch does not hold after the last cartridge is cycled, try adjusting the adapter back a touch. Depending on your gun, you may need to slightly alter the angle of the mag catch arm slot in the adapter for closed bolt operations. Once done, remove the adapter. The last step is to inlet the stock to accommodate your new adapter. There are lots of YouTube videos showing how to do this, so we won't get into that here. Once the stock is inlet, the adapter can be installed on the completed gun, and your gun is now ready for the range.